Hey, Nick from FireWolfe here. We're going to talk about some FireWolfe riffs. I've been doing these videos on YouTube on my channel here for a while now about the riffs of other bands that have influenced me, like Y&T and Savatage and Dio and many others. But I thought it was time. I've been getting some requests for learning some of these FireWolfe riffs. Now what I'm going to do here is it's going to be more of, I'll play the riff, then I'll play it slow, and I'll tell you a little story about the song if there is one, rather than an in-depth tutorial on the actual riffs themselves and notes and frets and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this will be just kind of an entertaining little foray into the riffs and the demented mind of the songwriters. And so let's get started here. Before we do that, if you are a guitar player and you're into chops and you want to work on your arpeggios and sweep picking, I've got a free guide for you. Check it out in the description below. It's called Sweep Picking Boot Camp, and even though it says boot camp, it's a lot of fun. So check that out. My free gift to you. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. This is the riff I opened up with, is called M.O.D, which stands for Metal or Die, which, you know, it's a love song. And the reason I want to start with this is because it's actually a riff that I wrote when I was 17 years old. And we needed a song on the first FireWolfe album. And I had remembered this riff from way back in the day. And I don't know how. I didn't have it recorded or anything like that. It just stuck with me. Never really found a use for it as a teenager or a kid. I think it was turned into a song in one of my early bands, but nothing that really stuck. And so we needed a tune for the first FireWolfe record, and I brought this riff and dusted it off, and we turned it into M.O.D. And so let me play it for you at normal speed, then I'll play it slow. And like I said, I'm not going to go through and talk about every little note and stuff like that, but maybe I'll talk about some highlights. So here we go. So it's key of F sharp. It's kind of got that accept, Jakey Lee, old Ozzy kind of feel, maybe a little Judas Priest in there. And I think maybe one of the unusual things about it is that after it does this, up to a B chord, here, it goes up to, basically we're going up to a D chord here. We're doing this weird little chromatic walk down thing. So I'm playing it's D chord 7th fret at the D and G strings, and then I'm just kind of moving, keeping the note on the G string, but moving the frets on the D string chromatically. In my little 17-year-old mind, I'm not sure what I was thinking there. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, except for it kind of does make sense, and so it works. So that, getting to that, then it starts over. And and that's it. Key of F sharp. It's got a little bit of this, kind of that open E string. Kind of got the muted 6th string, and then the chord stabs, I call them. Alright, cool. That's M.O.D. Another song off the first record. By the way, these first riffs here will be in standard tuning. I've got a couple of other ones that will going to use some alternate tunings. The second riff I want to show you is the opening part of Unholy, and then the first riff in Unholy. Most people I talk to, their favorite tune on the first album, which is a self-titled FireWolfe album in 2011, is Unholy. Most people think that's their favorite song. It's either that or Back from Hell. Some people like that one a little better. I'm impartial. They're all my children, but this one definitely is catchy. And the opening riff, we're going to use the open G string, and then we're going to fret notes on the B string. So the opening riff goes like this. So you can hear there's kind of a little mute going on the G string. And I'm playing notes out of the G minor scale. That's just an F chord, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the high E. Let me play that slow. Okay, it just does that twice. Then when the main riff kicks in, this is one of my favorite riffs that I've ever written. It's a play off of that, but in the lower register of the guitar. And it's got some heavy muting going on. Again, we're in the G minor, key of G minor here. But the riff goes like this. So coming out of this. Right here. I'll play that for you slow. Notice how it's very similar to, we're just in the lower register. I've got my, I'm not really barring this, but I am holding the, I'm holding the 3rd fret down on the 6th string, and I'm playing notes. I guess I am barring that, but I'm not playing it like that. I'm playing all single notes here. Just repeats that twice. Yes, and so the notes. like that, and you're just playing the low G note in between each one of those. Alright, so enjoy that. That's Unholy off the first record. Let's see what else we got here. We might need to change guitars here. Nope, I'm going to show you from the second record. Let's go to Late Last Night. We'll stay in standard tuning here, then I'm going to switch over and show you some of our down-tuned stuff. This is just the chorus riff off of Late Last Night. I get asked about this a lot. It's kind of Yngwie-ish sounding. Yngwie was definitely a big influence on my playing, and you know, even his riffs, you know, his songwriting and stuff like that definitely sunk in, using harmonic minor and Phrygian dominant types of scales for you guitar players out there that know about that stuff. So the opening, actually the chorus riff goes like this. Okay, and let me go through some of the notes on this one. I'll go a little deeper here because I was asked about this one specifically. So this is in the key of A minor, and we're going to go, notice the open A string that's kind of comes in between some of the little chord ideas here. This is an A5 power chord, but we're playing it on the 7th fret and 9th fret on the D and G strings. So the chords are A5, and then this goes to 7 and 7 on the D and G, which is a D chord. So then we're up to 10 on the G and 7 on the D string. Create some tension there, right? So you get. Then we're going to move the pinky back 1 fret to the 9th fret. And we're back to our A5 chord. So that whole thing is. Now when you add the A string in there, the open A string, then we're going to do that little rhythmic thing with the open A string. In the next section, you're going to slide up to this F note on the A string, 8th fret A string. You're going to play this chord idea. You're going to hold this F note. So, because I wanted that F type of tonality there. Okay, so if I put those first two things together, you get this. Now we're going to go C chord, but just play it on the 5th fret on the D and G strings. Single note line here, 5th fret on the B, 5th fret on the G, 7th on the G. 4th fret on the G. Pick harmonic there. Okay. Back to the first part. Now after that little chug there, single note line. It's on the G string, 5-4-2. Alternate picking, 5-3 on the D. Vibrato. They're going to move the scale shape up. This is 7-5-4 on the G. Do that twice, and then play 7 on the D, and then 4 on the G. Then we're going to climb up a diminished arpeggio. G sharp diminished. So that sounds like this all together. Oops. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's. And then the riff's just repeated. So let me play the whole thing together now. Okay, and that is Late Last Night. That song is one of the favorites off of the second album from 2014, We Rule the Night. To me, it's, if you listen to the verse sections with the clean sound, it's got a little bit of that Dokken Dream Warriors kind of feel to it. Mix that up with a little bit of the Yngwie thing and you get something that just sounds like FireWolfe, I guess. But again, you know, I'm not ashamed of my influences. I wear them on my sleeve. I always pump them up. I still love those bands. Still listen to those records. Couldn't help but rub off on me, and I love playing this kind of music. So here it is. That's it. Little look into the riffs of FireWolfe. Thanks for checking this out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you haven't already, and also check out that free sweet picking guide for you guitar players. You know you want to check that out. It's my free gift to you. And also check out the FireWolfe albums if you haven't heard us and you're into classic sounding 80s metal like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Accept and Dio and Savatage and bands like that. Our self-titled album is called FireWolfe from 2011, and our second one is We Rule the Night from 2014 on Limb Records. Like I said, we're currently working on a new album, but we'll be in touch with more on that for sure. You can check us out on the interwebs. We've got website firewolfe.com, and then you can also find us on Facebook, FireWolfe Band. I think that's the URL. Not sure about that. Shouldn't be too hard to find. In any case, keep rocking. Love you guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face, which I've probably already done in this video about 20 times, so don't listen to me. Alright, we'll see you guys later. Rock on.